Quick intro about myself. Okay, I'm Satya. I'll be your trainer and I carry close to 15 years of experience. Currently, I employed as a principal data scientist and business intelligence consultant for a leading US based retail company with a development facility in Bangalore. So, during my stint with numerous engagements, I had the opportunity to work in a variety of industries, including retail, healthcare, and banking, as well as participate in the complete life cycle of many business intelligence as well as data science projects. That is pretty much about me. Let's take a quick sneak peek into the course. So, in this course, you'll be learning the SQL part, how to write SQL queries in Microsoft SQL Server, and how to how to create stored procedure, how to create a stored function, and then CTE. Okay, all those things you will be learning as part of the Microsoft SQL Server. Because if you say, or if you are looking for a job in Power BI, they will expect you to be very good in SQL also, and also we will cover the basic, intermediate, advanced concepts of Power BI, and importantly we'll cover DAX in depth. Okay, next we will take a look at what is business intelligence is all about. Because if you say you are a Power BI developer, you should be knowing the concepts of business intelligence. Because Power BI, what is the BI? BI stands for business intelligence. So this Power BI tool also falls under business intelligence. It's something like, let's say you are a BTech student. BTech is something like business intelligence. In BTech, which stream you studied? So in BTech, IT is kind of a Power BI. And BTech in electrical and electronics, right? That is a different specialization. Each specialization, all these specialization falls under one category, that is called your BTech. Similarly, all these tools, Power BI, Tableau, ClickSense, all these reporting tools or ETL tools falls under business intelligence. Okay, so we'll take a look at what is business intelligence and then move on with understanding what is Power BI and why Power BI, why not Tableau or ClickSense, why should I learn Power BI. We will take a look at that as well, and then we will move ahead and take a look at the different components of Power BI, and we will take a deep dive in each components. Followed by this will help you how to install Power BI, and I hope all of you have connected via your laptop. Even if you don't connect to laptop, strictly if you follow my instructions, you should be able to download Power BI as well as the SQL Server software side by side, and you can install it with the help of me. Okay, if you have not started your laptop, please start your laptop. Okay, first thing first, what is business intelligence? Right, so before we understand what is Power BI, let's see what is business intelligence all about. Business intelligence is nothing but the set of processes, like a set of processes, technologies, and architectures using which we convert the raw data into meaningful insights. So what do you mean by raw data? Raw data is, let's say, customer is giving you data, or your manager is giving the data in Excel file. Let us assume that way. Okay, your manager is giving you the data in Excel file, and he wants you to create some reports based on the data that is available in the Excel sheet given by your manager. Okay, so in order to create the reports, you need to have the data. Yes, he has given the data in Excel file, but that data is not sufficient enough, because that data has a lot of problem in it. A lot of missing values are there in that data, and also you found a lot of outliers in the data, and duplicate records are there. Same record repeated more than one time. Right, so in your raw data, you could see a lot of data related issues. What you do is you remove the duplicate records. If you do the analytics blindly by taking the data given by your manager and start creating the charts or visuals like bar chart, column chart, pie chart, what will happen? The report will not show the accurate data or accurate results. Why? Because the data given by him has some problem in it. It has the duplicate records. For example, yesterday you ordered, yesterday you raised an order in Amazon. The same order is mistakenly repeated in the same Excel sheet. That is a duplicate record. Your order number was 1000, the same order number 1000 today also loaded into your Excel file. Hence you have duplicate records. If you have duplicate records in a data set, what will happen? Double counting can happen. Yesterday you purchased 1000 rupees and the same record copied mistakenly in your Excel file. So if when I create a report and see how much money has been sent by Divyani, it will show 20,000. That is not the actual sale or actual money spent by Divyani. Actually she spent just 10,000. Since the same record got duplicated in my Excel sheet, it is doing the double counting, right? So hence I need to find out are there any duplicate records, or then you need to remove those duplicate records. That is called your deduplication. In business intelligence we use the term called deduplication. Yeah. Oh, I did. Okay, sorry, I did not share my screen. And this is for you also, Soumya. If you cannot see my screen, please alert me. Okay, good that Divyan you alerted me. See, this is so business is all about the set of processes and technologies and architecture using which we convert the raw data into meaningful insights. Okay, let's say what is the raw data? That is what I've been kept on talking. So the raw data. The raw data has duplicate, it can have sometimes duplicate records, it can have missing values in it. For example, you have a column called sales amount. Sales amount should have the value. It cannot have zero or blank or value in it, right? So in case you find any blank records, you need to question your customers or managers. So you need to ask more and more questions when you see the data. And again, your question should be very reasonable, right? Just because I told you to ask questions, right? Your question should be very reasonable, because at the end of the day we all work for Americans or UK people, United Kingdom, right? So most of the projects are coming from US only, United States, right? So those guys, they prefer the more questions, but the valid questions. Okay, fine. So we got the data, but data has issues in it. We need to clean or address those data related issues. Only then that data can be fit enough to build our reports. Once you create a reports or dashboard, something like this, you should be able to generate insights from this. Okay, you should be able to generate insights from this. One second. You can generate, right? So this is the dashboard. You can see these are the KPIs, key performance indicators, number of customers, number of policies. This is insurance related dashboard. And premium, how much premium amount so far we collected, how many number of customers, 9,131 customers put together. This is the premium amount we have collected so far, and this many number of policies purchased by almost 9,131 customers. And what is the claim amount, how much money they claimed. For example, your grandfather got admitted in the hospital, you have medical insurance and you claimed for 3,965. If they reimburse it, then you are good, right? So you don't have to pay any money from your pocket for the medical expenses which you undergo for your grandfather, right? So $3,965 is the claim amount. So just by looking at this dashboard, especially the KPIs like number of customer, number of policies, all these things, you are able to gain a quick insight. Okay, and if you see your customers by policies, by looking at this, quickly you can understand compared to the the suburban area, right? So employed people, the customers by policies, 13.5% and 15.8% employed suburban people are purchased more policies. If you want to do some kind of profiling, this is what called profiling. So policies are there 27,093. Of these policies, how much percentage of employed rural, suburban, urban people they purchase this one? So we can see that the employed people 13.5%. These are, so look here, this icon, this is a female, this is male. How many females, female, suburban, employed people they purchased policies, right? So we can, with this we can quickly understand both male and female. The percentage of both male and female percentages are very high. in terms of purchasing the policies compared to other rural and urban area. So next, if you take a look at it, in the rural area compared to urban, more number of people, both male and female, they purchase the policy. The first one is suburban. So this is the one tops the rank, right? Second, the rural area ranks 2, and this is rank 3. Urban area, not much response, but compared to rural and urban, the employed female or somewhat similar to the urban, the employed people, right? These two are same more or less, but the male, right? So the rural and urban, comparing to these areas, the more employed males purchased. Okay. So this is how we can understand quickly with these important metrics, right? Important metrics and these visuals. The charts are also called as a visual. This is kind of your table or visual or matrix visual, and this is your stacked column chart. This is your bar chart, and this is your pie chart. With this pie chart, you can understand very quickly. So whose contribution is more in terms of selling the policies? Agent. Look here, if you look at this thing, right, the green color is the bigger one, right? So the majority of the policies were sold by agent, and second, majority of the policies we sold from our branches, and the next one is the call center. Web, internet, we could see that hardly 15%. So the top contributor is agents. Agents are the backbone in terms of selling more policies. Next one is the office, branch office, and call center. By looking at this, you are able to derive the insight, you are able to gain the insights quickly. Okay, that is what I'm trying to say. For this, what we do is, in order to get the correct values or correct information, or to generate this one, we need to have a clean data. Without data, you cannot create a report. Yes, I have the data, but the data is not clean or not in usable format. So you need to transform the data into more meaningful data or clean data. So only then you should be able to create the visuals. This is what business, using business intelligence. In the case of business unit, we use set of processes, technology and architectures to convert the raw data into meaningful data, and then we generate or we gain meaningful insights with the help of the charts or with the help of dashboards or reports. So what is Power BI? Power BI is also called as a self-service business intelligence tool. So why it is called self-service business intelligence tool? Because even people with minimal Excel background, they should be able to create the basic or intermediate level of reports or dashboards. Okay, so does that mean I don't need a training? Do I really need to have a training in this case? 1 second, so I'm getting an office call. I just got a call. Okay, so using Power BI with minimal Excel background, we can build simple basic reports or dashboards. If you want to build a report which is having a complex business logic in it, obviously you need to learn Power BI, and we have something called DAX, data analytics expression. That is where even most of the experienced people, they get stuck up. Okay, so that's where I'm here to help you to reduce the learning curve. So Power BI is a Microsoft product, and it was actually conceptualized by Ruler and Thurs, Nets of the SQL Server Coverage Services team, and they are the brain behind developing the Power BI. So the first version was released by 24 July 2015. Now the question is, why Power BI? Why a lot of hype around Power BI? Why a lot of hype around Power BI? Because the number one reason is cost. The cost is much cheaper compared to other data visualization tools or self-service business intelligence tool. For example, Tableau. Compared to Power BI, Tableau licensing cost is a bit high. But when it comes to Power BI, the cost is very, very cheap. And when it comes to Power BI desktop, they don't charge anything. It is absolutely free of cost. There is no limitation with respect to the timeline. You can use it as many days as you want it. So they are not going to charge anything for your Power BI desktop. And if you compare with other tools, Power BI is the cheapest. It's only $10 per user per month. That's it, $10 per user per month, the licensing cost. Even if you want to go for licensing one, obviously, if you want to go for the Power BI cloud service, you have to have the license. Initially, they will give 60 days trial period. After 60 days, if you want to use it for your official purpose, then every month you need to pay $10 per user per month. That's all. It's very cheaper compared to other tools. The second reason is it supports maximum number of features. So if you compare with other tools in the market, Power BI support for a lot of features. You can write 1200 different functions, different M functions, DAX functions. You can create approximately 280 visuals or charts in Power BI. You can create it. This feature is not available in other tool. It's there, but it's not that much in quantity. That is what I'm trying to say. The next one is data connectivity. With Power BI, you can bring data from 100 different data sources. You can use Excel, Big Data, Hive, SQL, Oracle, you name anything. It can pull data from that data source. So you can pull the data from structured, semi-structured and unstructured data sources using Power BI. It has a greater capability in terms of data connectivity. So that is the reason why Power BI is getting more popular now. Even the Tableau users in USA, let's say in USA, right, there are customers, they've already purchased Tableau and developed reports and dashboards in Tableau. So even those customers now, they are migrating to Power BI. So they want to develop the same reports and dashboards in Power BI instead of Tableau. They want to migrate because those customers already purchase Microsoft related products. Microsoft sell many products, not like Tableau, right? Tableau, maybe they are selling one or two products. Microsoft, they sell a lot of products. Microsoft Windows, Microsoft SQL Server, SSIS. SSIS stands for SQL Server Integration Service. And you have something else called SSAS, SQL Server Analytical Service. Likewise, they sell gamut of tools and softwares. Okay, so already customers, they purchase Windows software, and they already purchase SSIS. Obviously, right, they wanted to go for other Microsoft product like Power BI, so that they will not pose any compatibility related issues. And also, when they use a similar product, they might get better discount, something like that. So now let us take a look at the architecture of the Power BI environment. Okay, so there are two sides of Power BI. One is the cloud, Power BI cloud. The other one is on-premise. Okay, so what is on-premise server? It is a physical server located or maintained inside the office premises. Let's say you bought a laptop in your house, that is your on-premise. With your laptop, you are connecting to the cloud. Okay, let's say you want to connect to Microsoft Cloud, right? That is your cloud. Okay. So what is a cloud? Cloud is the third party service. Okay, instead of buying the expensive server, it's in your office, you want to store your office data in a bigger server, and you want to share the data with your counterparts who are living across the globe, like in USA and UK, right? They have offices there, and if they want to see the reports, whatever you generated it, hitting your local server will take more time. Instead, once you develop your report in your local server, if you publish it on cloud, this can be accessible across the globe anytime, using any device, by any user. Okay. Okay, so the cloud, the advantage of cloud, very well. I don't have to tell you. You don't have to buy expensive server. Buying the server is not sufficient. On top, you need to buy operating system software like Microsoft Windows or Linux. Even after buying the software, operating system software, you need to install it. You need to hire a person, Microsoft Windows admin, and security. You need to hire a security guy. You don't have that kind of headache with your cloud. It is something like, cooking at your home and ordering it via Swiggy, right? Swiggy is cloud, right? You install the app in your mobile, you can order it, right? So you don't have to have. So if you want to prepare a food, let's say you are working people, both husband wife are working. Just a simple analogy. Let me probably, okay, instead of buying the server, better you can go and rent a server on cloud. The renting server is not that costlier nowadays. A lot of cloud platform service providers are there, hence the cost of the the cloud servers, all things not so high. Okay, so now let us take a look at each and every component. So this is my Power BI desktop. I'll show you here in my laptop. Look here, this is my startup menu. If I type Power BI desktop, and if you click on this, it will open Power BI desktop. I'll just show you. So this is the Power BI desktop. It will be a bit slower if you are using 4 GB RAM. Don't panic. And if you click on it, right, you will find blank screen, something like that. Don't panic. It is though Microsoft, right, they say everything is available, it's all fine, but when it comes to speed, it is not that good. But in the cloud it is faster, but when it comes to Power BI desktop, it will be a bit slower. Maybe if you are using 16 GB RAM, all right, also it will be good, the performance will be good. So this is for your Power BI desktop. Enya will come back to that later. This is where your Power BI desktop, okay, and this is your cloud. Okay, let's say in your cloud you have an Excel file, right? You uploaded a Excel file on Azure cloud. Azure is Microsoft cloud. Okay, what is that? I'll just type it here so that you should be able to understand. So Azure AEZURU. Azure is Microsoft product cloud. Okay, so Google Cloud, we see GCP, Google Cloud Platform, and AWS, you know very well, Amazon Web Service, right? Different players are there. They have their own cloud service, and again depends on the cost, right? Depends on the features that you expect, right? You can choose the kind of or the type of cloud service provider. Let's say if you are using a lot of Microsoft related product, those kind of customers, they use Azure cloud. Okay, so in the cloud you have uploaded the Excel file, and in the cloud you have the SQL Server database, and also you have Salesforce application. It's all running on your cloud, and what you need to do is you want to bring all these data to your Power BI desktop. Yes, it is possible, because in Power BI desktop a lot of connectors are available, different types of connectors available, using which you can bring in different types of data to your Power BI desktop. And then what you do is you clean the data and pre-process the data. Once your data is good enough, then what you do is create a report. Once you create the report, publish it on cloud. This is your cloud, Power BI cloud. Okay, once you publish the report on cloud, what is the advantage? The advantage is people across the globe, they can access the reports at any given point in time. So during our daytime, it is US night time, and vice versa. Okay, so during our midnight in USA, which is their daytime, right? Their lunchtime or their noon. So in that time, if they want to see the report, they don't have to depend on us. They don't have to hit our local server. Instead, they can go to the cloud, and they can so click on the report, and they can see the report. Fine, that is the advantage. So once you develop a report using your Power BI desktop in your laptop or in your local server, and if you publish it on cloud, this report is available across the globe. So UK people, Japan people, this is your Walmart, your company is Walmart, they have the premise across the globe, right? So Japan, USA, UK, and India, and all the countries they have office across the globe, people can access. Okay, you don't have to worry about the time difference, time zone problems and all. Okay, so cloud. Okay, so once you publish report, that case, and also Microsoft, they provide Power BI mobile service. You can download and install the Power BI in your Google Play Store. Once you install it, you should be able to access the reports that were published on cloud on the go. Okay, it is that much simple. You can use any device. You can use laptop, you can use tablet, you can use your smartphone to access your report at any given point in time if the reports are published on cloud. Next comes the data gateway. So this is another piece, okay, another component that is part of this architecture. The first component is Power BI Desktop, second one is Power BI Cloud, and third component data gateway. Data gateway is a bridge between the on-premise data. So this is my on-premise, right? Anything the dashed line, anything beneath this dashed line is your on-premise data, and anything above is your cloud. So data gateway is a bridge between the on-premise and the cloud. If you wanted to read the data which is there in your local system using the data gateway, you can read the data from your cloud. Okay, that is possible because of data gateway. If the data gateway is not running, people those access the reports on cloud, they cannot read the data in your office. Okay, and also while publishing the report, let's say you developed a report and then you want to publish the report, so the data gateway plays a crucial role. Along with the report, automatically it ships the data to your cloud. You don't have to manually send the data that is relevant to your report. And also using data gateway, you can schedule incremental data load. We'll discuss that later point in time. I'm not going to discuss so many things in the first session itself. The next component is report server. This is an optional. Whatever you do with Power BI, that same thing you can do it with report server. But with report server, you cannot develop dashboard. That is not possible. But Power BI, you can create dashboard, you can create reports, everything you can do it. But then why should I buy report server? Is that a free license? No. Like Power BI Cloud, even report server also involves licensing cost. Now the bigger question is, then why should I buy two license the softwares, right? It is a additional cost for me. It depends on your company business. For example, you are into banking, the data are very critical, sensitive data, then you need to go for report server, publish your reports in your local report server, so that the data is highly secure. So if you publish any data on the cloud, right, it is more likely vulnerable for hacking, right? Hackers can hack anytime. If you think the data is very, very sensitive, social security number, like our Aadhaar number in USA, the social security number is very much important. It should not be used by, or it should not go to the wrong hands, and also the credit card number details, right? All these things are secured. Hence, in that kind of situation, you can go for report server. It is something like where you after, let's say you constructed a house. After you constructed your house, you wanted to make sure that based on the number of kids in your house, you want this many number of bedrooms, or based on the members, number of people in your house, you decide how many. Similarly, based on your business, you decide whether you need a report server in addition to your Power BI Cloud. So that's how the customers, they will choose it. Okay, depends on the requirements. In this case, if the data is highly sensitive, then best thing go for report server, though it involves licensing cost. End of the day, your data are secure. Apart from, first component is Power BI Desktop, second is Power BI Cloud Service, and third one is mobile service, and other one is data gateway, and the last one is report server. So now you understood each and every component. See, the Power BI service is a cloud-based web interface. You can create an interactive report, or you can publish your interactive report, and you can develop dashboards. You can share the dashboards to the relevant people in your office. Not all the reports or all the dashboards needs to be shared to everyone, isn't it? So you want to share it only to the specific people. You can create a row level security and all. Okay, object level security, everything is possible. And also you can do mobile dashboard design in your Power BI Cloud service. And apart from this, we have other two components are available. The Power BI report builder. The report builder is different from the report server. Okay, what do you mean by, what is the difference between report builder and report server? Using report builder, you can develop paginated reports. Paginated. What do you mean by paginated reports? One second, I'll just. You can develop paginated reports using Power BI report builder. So, what do you mean by paginated reports? It's it's a perfect reports. Okay, it's something like, for example, invoices. You want to generate invoices, or you want to generate some delivery challan. So the invoice or receipts or invoices, receipts, delivery, all these are pre-printed, isn't it? If you go to a shop, you can see the invoices are already there. Only thing is they put the invoice in the printer, and then they type your detail and your billing detail, and then they press enter. In the invoice, in the appropriated columns, the data get typed and printed, right? So that is what your paginator. Using paginator, you can create the invoices and delivery challan receipts. So that is the advantage of report builder. Yes, even if you want to buy a report builder, it involves additional licensing cost. The next one is Power BI Embedded. Power BI Embedded is an Azure service. It enables businesses to embed their Power BI's analytical capabilities into other apps. For example, you generated a report, created a report or dashboard. You wanted to embed that into your website. With the help of Power BI Embedded, you can do it. So I can go and, instead of going and seeing my report in the Power BI cloud service, I can go to my website, and there itself I can see the report because I already embedded. With this feature, you can embed the reports in your website or blogs itself. Next, we will take a look at the components of Power BI. So far, we discussed about the components of the overall architecture of the Power BI. So now what we will do is, we will zoom in to this Power BI desktop. This is called your Power BI desktop. Okay. Now we will look at, in the Power BI desktop, what all the components are there. I just show you here. Let me see if this is open. I open many files. That's the reason why it takes a lot of time. Let me just close a couple of files. Yeah, I am searching some files. Searching files also will take more time. Let me close this. And I would suggest you, all to go to side by side to the Google Chrome. In the interest of time, you can go to the Google, type google.com, type download. Please do it fast. You need to improve your speed, because when you work with Americans, they expect you to be very, very fast and street smart. Look here, I just typed download Power BI desktop in the Google search engine, and I just clicked on this icon. I could see that the downloads are available in the first link itself. If you click on this, it will take you to the Microsoft site. It will take you to the Microsoft site, and if you scroll down, you can see the Microsoft Power BI desktop. A lot of components are there. First, I want you to focus on this one, and then you need to click on this link, advanced download options. Click on the advanced download options. Make it fast, type fast, develop this attitude now itself, because you are going to work with Americans most of the time. And if you scroll down, select language English, click on download, and you can see this one, 64-bit. Select this one. Click on next. It will take some, look here, the download is being processed now. It's being downloaded now. Let us wait for some time until this one gets completed. And also side by side, click on another tab here, the plus icon, go to google.com, download SQL Server. Are you all following me or not? I'll just load up.
Yes, sir.
Open. Good. How about Soumya? Soumya, are you following me? Make it a little bit faster. Okay, download SQL Server. See, I will go in a slow pace, but you need to be very, very fast when it comes to development environment. They expect you to be, very fast because the product. Download SQL Server. Press enter. You will find this one. Click on this. It will open. It will take you to the Microsoft site, and you can see here. And you just scroll down. You will find something called Express. You can find Express. You need to click on this download now. Soumya, I'm not getting any response from you. Are you doing this or not? Always practice it.
Sir,
Always practice it along with
sorry,
me.
sir, for that interruption.
What is that?
Sir, sorry for the interruption. As of now, I can't able, so
Oh
I can
yeah,
do
yeah,
it
yeah.
later
Sorry,
also,
sorry.
sir.
Yeah, you told me already, right? Yeah, you have some system problem, right? Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. Good, good, good. Fine, fine. But anyhow, you watch it here. Okay. So click on this download now
Yes,
button.
sir.
Click on this download button now. Look here, it's being downloaded now. It's got downloaded. It is pretty faster, right? And then next step is you click on one more thing here, plus google.com. But watch it here, okay? Don't when the session starts, try to isolate yourself from your family and everyone. SSIS, download SSMS for Windows. Press enter. The SQL Server, you need to install two software. One is SQL Server, other one is SQL Server Management Studio. In short, we call it SSMS. In future, if I say SSMS, you should be able to understand. It is nothing but SQL Server Management Studio. So this is kind of a front end, IDE, okay, integrated development environment. Look here, you just click on this link. In this page, you need to scroll down a little bit, and you will find this one, free download. Okay, you need to find this one. So once you find this one, the next step is click on the free download for SQL Server Management Studio. So far we downloaded, if you look here, Power BI Desktop got downloaded successfully, and SQL Server also got downloaded successfully, and the SQL Server Management Studio is being downloaded now. So now the question is, why should I download two softwares for SQL Server? This is kind of your backend. Using SQL Server Management Studio, you are going to write all the queries here. So these queries will be sent to your SQL Server at the backend. You don't have to worry about that. Okay, but you need to have the backend. Without backend, even if you write SQL queries here, right, it will not get executed. Okay, first of all, you need to create a database here, table here, and then right, so everything you can do it via this front end, this kind of front end. It's something like, right, you are ordering a food in Swiggy, but the hotel should be there, right? This is something like, backend. Backend is something like hotel, right? The hotel should be there, physical presence should be there, and this is your front end. Using front end, your app, you are seeing the items or food item that you want to order it, right? You will go and check it in the menu. And once you selected it, or if they decide foods, right, you can make the payment. The food is prepared here, right? So same thing. So here, this is your front end. Since you're all new into programming, I'm just giving this analogy. Okay, so using this, you are going to write the SQL query. The another advantage of SSM is you don't have to be familiar with the SQL Server syntax. Okay, so for example, if you want to create a table, just click on the create table icon, so it will generate the script on your behalf. That is the advantage of SQL Server Management Studio. It is a pretty cool, super IDE tool. It will reduce your typing time. It will improve your productivity by quickly generating the scripts, right? So you can do it. So now I just right click on it. on this Power BI desktop software. Look here, and I'm going to, this is an exe file, just click on it once. Let me open my Power BI desktop. Okay, so in my case it says you want to click retry to continue this one. It's already, I opened this one. It's neither open nor closed. Okay, so you will get something like this. Once you click on the .exe file, you will get something like this. The Power BI desktop exe file, once you click on it, it will open up something like this. Next, what you need to keep click next, nothing. Okay, it's that much simple. You need to keep hitting that next button until you find, okay, the installation successful, right? That's all. It will not take much time. Maybe it will take 10 to 15 minutes of the time. Let me just kill this one. It is there here. I'm going to end the task. It got closed, but still it shows here. See, the older version of Windows were far better than the newer version. The older version, once you click the kill, right, it immediately get closed. Now I'm going to open another Power BI desktop. I just pressed enter to launch the Power BI desktop tool. See, the installation is pretty simple. You need to download that file. Once you download that file, the exe file, you need to click on it once and then hit the next button until you find installation was successful. Okay, it is that much simple. Even after that, if you pose some issues, so though it is simple, as I said, okay, if you find any difficulties in installing it, you let me. If you pose any errors or something, you get back to me. We'll try to help it. Rarely you will get errors or something like that. So now it's, the Power BI desktop is open. It's being opened. 1 second. The next one is, let me open side. This is your SQL server. Look here, go to this one, double click on it. So I'm going to, after the successful installation of the Power BI desktop, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to install the SQL server. It is prompting for me to, yes or no, right, to proceed with installing SQL server. I just clicked yes, and let's wait for some time. Even installing the SQL server, the SQL server management will not take much. Look here, when you open the Power BI desktop, initially you will get something like that, the welcome screen. Okay, the welcome screen. You need to click the cross here. You need to click the cross here. You need to click this cross. Okay, let me just, I'm going to click this cross. So I don't want this welcome screen. I just clicked it. It is opening the Power BI desktop. So we need to wait for some time. You need to have a lot of patience. It takes a lot of time, very lot of time. So maybe my system is full. So I thought of opening this file and then showing that desktop components. It takes a lot of time. So let's go step by step. So this is the one Once you click on the SQL Server exe file, it will open something like this. Click on basic. You need to click on basic. Anyhow, don't worry, I'll share this video. After clicking the basic thing, it takes me here. You just scroll down here and then you will find something like accept. Click on accept. Next it will take you to this screen. Okay, here you need to hit the install icon. Simply hit it. You don't change anything here. Simply hit it. It will get installed. It will take probably 10 to 15 minutes time. Once this one gets installed, you will find the message something like installed successfully installed. So what you do is, after seeing the message installed successfully, you need to click on the cross and close it. Yes. So now Power BI desktop open. Okay, and here let us take a look at the components here. I was talking about these three components in Power BI desktop. In Power BI desktop, we have three components. One is the Power View. So this is what your Power View is all about. This is what is your Power View. Okay. So by default, when you open the Power BI desktop, what you see is the Power View. This is also called as a report canvas. Report canvas. This entire rectangle thing, right? This is called report. This is where you can drag and drop and create the visuals. Visuals are nothing but charts. In Power BI, we call visuals as charts. Okay, this is one component. By default, when you open the Power BI desktop, you will find the report canvas. That is nothing but your Power View. And the second one is Power Query. So please remember, Power Query is something like kitchen. In your house, you have a kitchen, right? That is where we do a lot of cleaning. If you buy a fish or meat, you take the meat or fish to your kitchen and you cut it and you clean it, and then you mix the ingredients. Same thing, right? We do it using Power Query. Look here, how do we go to Power Query Editor? So in the Power BI desktop, you will find in the menu, you will find under this home menu, you will find transform data. Click on it. Click on transform data. Click on transform data. It will open the Power Query Editor. Look here, this is what your Power Query Editor. Okay, this is what your Power. This is where you do all kind of data cleaning, merging, appending, and pivoting, everything you can do it in Power BI. So it is like your kitchen. You can do all kind of data pre-processing. You can do it as part of Power Query Editor. So that is the second component. This is the first component, and this is the second component. The third component is Power Pivot. So what do you mean by Power Pivot? Using Power Pivot. So using my Power Pivot, this is what your Power Pivot. So this is what your Power Pivot. This is what your report view or Power View. And for the Power Query Editor, you need to click on here. Click on the transform data. It will take you to this one. This is what your Power Query Editor. Okay. And the next one is, you will find something like this. This is called your data view. I will just show you how to load the data in Power BI desktop. Just click on the get data icon. Okay, in the get data icon, if you see select something like text CSV, click on it. I'll explain you what is text CSV later point. At this moment, simply watch it. So I just open a CSV file, sales_w04.csv. Click on open. It will open the sales file. Look here, the moment when I clicked on that, it has opened something like this. Please concentrate here. Don't get disturbed by your family members. Okay, please concentrate. Otherwise, it will get confused. Okay. So I am going to click on load. The data file sales_w04.csv file. Now it will get loaded into my Power BI desktop. we need to wait for some time until it gets loaded. Look here, sales. So initially what happens is the Power BI desktop, it establishes a connection to your model. What is my model? Which is nothing but Power Pivot. Okay, so this is Power Pivot. Basically it is trying to establish a connection with your the CSV file. What is CSV file? CSV file stands for comma separated value file. Yes, 25,000 records got loaded successfully into my Power BI desktop. One second, instead of seeing the Power Query editor, I'll just show you in the Power BI desktop. Look here, on the right side you can see sales W04 file got loaded. This is how you can make sure that whether a file has been loaded or not, right? So once the files get loaded, you will find this file name sales underscore W04 icon here. Okay, and this is called your fields pane. Just beneath the fields pane you can find the file which you loaded into your Power BI desktop. Which file we loaded just now? Soumya, can you tell me which file we loaded just now?
Sales, CSV, sir.
Yeah, sales
W04.
underscore W04, right? Very good. So here,
Yes.
if you click on the greater than sign, if you click on this icon, it will show you all the columns that are part of your table. But the column names are something weird. With this, you are not able to find out which column is what. And if you want to see the data related to this file, you need to go to this data view. This is called your data view. When you keep the cursor over here on this icon, it will show you data. It's a data view. If you want to see the data, you need to go here and see it. When you click on it, it will take you to the data view, and it will take some time. Okay, don't panic, don't rush. It will take its own time to display the data that are part of this file. Look here, so all these things, but only weird thing is the column names are not with the proper name. Right, we will see how we can handle that little later. And if you notice here, sales W04, actually we loaded a file .csv file into Power BI desktop, but if you load any type of file, whether it's a CSV file or Excel file or JSON file into Power BI desktop, it will consider them as a table. Look here, the icon is the table icon. Alright, and now let us go and check the same in the Power Pivot. This is a model view. You see here, so the table, your model view, it will be like this. And in this table, what are the columns, I will show you. And I just go to this Power BI Power Query Editor kitchen, and then I'm going to do little bit cleaning. I click on the transform, use first row as headers. So what is the problem here in this data set? The first row, the column names are available as part of the data itself, right? This row ID is supposed to be here, this order ID is supposed to be here, right? So what I am going to do is I am going to use first row as headers. So what happens, this first row get pushed here, but still we don't see the column name. One more time I am going to click on this. So what happened, now you see here the row header became column header. So row.id, order ID, now the column names are given with proper and meaningful name. I just click on close and apply. We'll explain that why close and apply little later. Look, it will take its own time. You have to have a lot of patience. Not all the files you will post this. There are some files when you load it into Power BI, you will find something like this, column 1, column 2. Okay, so that loading and all went off. So once again I'm going to click on this greater than icon. So now you can see the column names are mentioned with correct name. Okay, category, city, country, everything. This is I'm going to remove. It's nowhere related. So now it is pretty clean, right? But still we need to do a lot of cleaning. That we will discuss this in the next session. I told you, 6 to 7 p.m. the session. Anyhow, sorry, I took 30 minutes more than what I shared with you. Okay, what I mentioned with you. So today's session I will share the recorded video to you all, and you watch this video, and meanwhile you start download and install Power BI Desktop and install SQL Server and SQL Server Management Studio. In the next session we will see how to install it, and you should be up and running with Power BI Desktop, SQL Server and SQL Server Management Studio, so that when I give you a demo on how to load the data from your SQL Server, look here, we have an option called SQL Server. When you click on it, it will ask you for your SQL Server name. Since you have already installed, once you have installed the SQL Server, everything, right? You can specify the SQL Server name, database name, and then it will connect to the server. That's the reason why I want you to install these three softwares simultaneously or one after another. You cannot install it simultaneously, one after. First install Power BI Desktop, SQL Server, but don't install SQL Server Management Studio. Most of the students they mess it up, but if you cannot install it properly, the SQL Management, it leads you to reinstall your operating system itself. Don't install Power BI Desktop, install SQL Server, that's it. Don't install SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, any questions so far? Next session will send you the date and agenda, don't worry, and this video will get uploaded and you will be given an access. Those of you made payment will share the username and password to my website. Okay, look here, this is my website, training engineering courses. You need to have the login credentials. So look here, if you go here, you will find the courses here, Power BI instructor led, and you will find data science, everything. So you will have access to them. View more. You will find the previous batch videos also here. You can find all the videos here. Okay, a lot of videos, and alternative to inactive and active. When you click on this, it will open the thing. And if you little bit scroll down here, and if you click on this, in the last session we discussed about what is active and inactive relationship as part of Power BI. The active relation, we can create only one active relationship between tables. Right? Next one is you click any topic, all the videos are available. The previous batch of videos also you can watch it. The suggestion to you all is, let's say if you have a session tomorrow, let's assume that tomorrow we will continue the training. If I say you go and see what topic I am going to cover and watch that video before I start train you, so that tomorrow when you watch my session, since you have already watched the video relevant to the topic, it will help you to understand quickly. And when my humble, and then take up, and also put your SQL Server Management Studio, don't install it. Okay, rest of them you can do it.